What's up guys, it's John. Hope you're all doing well. Hey, if you caught my last video, you would have seen me creating some ambient guitar tones with the Line 6 POD HD500x. Now to be honest, I haven't done a ton of ambient guitar tones with this thing yet, so it was pretty new territory for me. And so I wanted to kind of make another video where I show another preset that I made. So I've just been having a lot of fun just coming up with like different presets here. And this particular one involves the ping pong delay and this really awesome reverb on the 500x. It's called particle verb. So the first half of this video, I want to break down this preset, show you the individual effects that I am using. And then in the second half of the video, I'm going to give a little audio demonstration where I play a little mini song using that effect. I mean, you can kind of get an idea of how it sounds. But first, here is the final tone. This is what we're working with. Okay, let's do some single notes so you can kind of hear that ping pong delay coming through. Those trails really linger. So you can kind of hear the ping pong delay. If you have stereo speakers or like some headphones on, you probably can hear it bouncing left to right. It's a really cool effect. So let's take a look at the screen here, and I'll show you what's going on. I've mentioned this before in previous videos. This POD HD500x edit software is really awesome. It gives you this super visual way to create presets on the 500x. Instead of using the little tiny screen and all the little dials, you can just do it with your mouse on your computer. So check it out. I'll put a link to the support section on the Line 6 website. You do have to use the drop-down menus and search for like software 500x, and it's called like 500x edit or something like that. You just download it, it's free. And you just have to use a USB cable to plug your Line 6 500x into your computer. But once you do that, it's super handy. They also have this edit software for the other POD HDs in the series too. All right, so let's take a look at what's going on here. So to start off, I'm gonna go through and just turn off all these effects, and we'll just kind of go through them quickly one at a time, and I'll kind of explain what's going on with each one. Now the first effect here is a volume pedal. In these audio demos, I won't be using the volume pedal or doing any kind of swells with it. However, I just always like to have it in all my presets because usually it comes in handy. Then the next effect here is the compressor. For these ambient stuff, I've been kind of messing around with the blue compressor. It's kind of like a Boss compressor. Sustain and level, these are just the standard stock settings. I haven't messed with these at all. Just sustain at 50% and level at 92%. Now compressors are really good because they really help with evening out all the notes that you play. So if you kind of play quiet and loud and quiet and loud, it's going to kind of take the quiet stuff and make it louder, and the loud stuff make it quieter. So it's just a more even sound, and the end result is a guitar tone that just stands out more, easier to hear, just more even. So let's take a listen here. So if I don't have the compressor on and I play something, and then if I turn it on, you can probably hear how the guitar tone gets a little bit louder because this level is kind of cranked up there. And the notes just kind of seem to pop out a little bit more. Really nice. Then the next thing is this overdrive pedal. This is the one that's just called overdrive. This is like an old school DoD pedal. These EQ settings I haven't really messed with. They're all just the standard ones, all at 50%. Now the drive, this guy's like right around 15%, and the output's right around 85. So let's listen again without the overdrive pedal on, what this might sound like. And then with the overdrive pedal. Maybe you can hear, to me, I hear the guitar signal as having more body to it. The guitar tone kind of fills out a little bit more, a little bit more exciting sounding. The overdrive pedal also kind of works like a compressor, sort of adds some more compression to the notes and increases the sustain. Just kind of helps the sound just to sound better, I think. Then moving on to the fun stuff, now we have this delay pedal, and this is the ping pong delay. If you've never used ping pong delay, it's pretty fun. Basically what it does is it takes your guitar signal and it repeats it over and over, and each time it does a repeat, it alternates between left and right signals. So if you have stereo speakers, stereo guitar amps, or headphones or something, you'll actually hear your guitar signal being repeated back and forth. It sounds really cool. So let's just hear how this sounds with the ping pong delay. It's kind of cool. Hopefully you can hear that. Throw on some headphones if you can't quite hear that. And then for the settings, I'm using this dotted quarter note. I'm not really sure how I stumbled upon dotted quarter, because really the effect would be the same as like a dotted eighth kind of thing. And then the time, this is all relative. So for my audio demo that I'm gonna do, this is the time that just worked for it to get that dotted kind of sound. Feedback level, 42%. Sort of a lower feedback. Whenever I kind of do the more pronounced like dotted eighth or dotted quarter delays, I generally like to have the mix be like up a lot and then the feedback kind of brought down. So you get the really pronounced like dotted eighth kind of feel, but they don't linger for too long. Otherwise it gets kind of messy. So feedback 42, offset and spread I haven't touched, that's just the stock stuff. And then the mix, a little bit over 60, somewhere between 60 and 65. The mix and the feedback knobs, you can adjust the taste. Then finally we get to the particle verb. This is really cool reverb. It's really fun. It has just a very unique tone to it. Like it's different than like a plate reverb, a hall chamber reverb. I mean, this particle verb is very unique sounding. It's very like atmospheric. And it's like it immediately brings me to like this different like environment. It's really cool. So let me just play a couple things without it, and then I'll add it. Here it is. You can hear those nice long reverb trails there. Just a really cool sounding verb. For my settings, you can experiment with these different settings on your own if you like, but I have it on stable. These other ones get kind of wacky. Dwell, 43%, gain, 69%, mix, 71%. This effect, you can really fine tune a lot. So, to kind of explain what's going on here, dwell is similar to like the feedback knob on like a delay. So the dwell is how long this particle verb lingers, how long those trails are. And then gain is, I guess you would say it's kind of the overall volume level, as well as, I mean, the more gain you get, the more brightness you add to the reverb and the more pronounced and obvious it is. And then the mix is blending in your dry guitar signal with the reverb. So the gain and the mix are kind of similar in what they do, but they're a little bit different. Okay, those are all the effects in the preset. Let's check out the audio demo. try this preset out for yourself. I think you're gonna have some fun with it. Be sure to experiment with the different knobs and settings on these effects and see what you like. So hopefully you found this video helpful, and until next time, see you later.